Welcome to the Assimilators. It's time to dig deeper into Othello as a tragedy. You can see the typed version of this topic in the description or by enabling captions in YouTube player. Let's begin. Introduction. The full title of Othello reads as thus: The Tragedy of Othello, the Moor of Venice. We cannot proclaim Othello being a tragedy just because the word tragedy lives inside the title. Othello is a tragedy because the play is teeming up with an abundant material in scenes, dialogues, actions and conflicts. The play harmonizes the traditional somber tone of jealousy along with flaws in characters who frame the play with heroes, determined, downfall. So far everything seems good for Othello being a tragedy. Let's explore in depth. Excessive pain. A typical tragedy is characterized by the painful atmosphere and suffering of different but significant characters of the play. Othello surpasses among all other tragedies, crafted by Shakespeare. Even it excels King Lear in pathos, a fancy equivalent behind the term catharsis. Not only one, but many good characters are affected by the evil doings of Iago in a rather secular atmosphere where spirituality seeks to twinkle its existence. There is no relief of suffering in the play, the plight which seeded forth through the jealousy of Iago, it was multiplied without any break of happiness or dramatic relief. Another thing which contributes into the exhibition of excessive pathos is sexual jealousy. Rodrigo bears his hatred for Othello because he wanted to woo Desdemona sexually, and Othello accuses his fair Desdemona for spoiling his sheets with Cassio out of his sexual jealousy, which was terribly fed by Iago. A critic, Dr. Bradley, expresses his views as thus: what spectacle can be more painful than that of this feeling turned into a tortured mixture of longing and loathing? Manifestly, Othello carries an excessive level of pathos which arises the feelings of pity and fear tremendously in the heart of a reader. Tragedy of character or tragedy of fate. In every common tragedy, fate and hamartia go hand in hand to shape a terrible tragedy. Most of Shakespeare's plays are illustrated with the haunted images of fate or supernatural powers. For example, in Macbeth, witches foretell the possible future. Role of fate in Othello is not simple to evaluate, as fate hardly seems to affect the play, but it does affect characters, especially Desdemona when Othello is initially being poisoned by Iago and she drops her handkerchief, which is a token of love, by Othello. The missing handkerchief is picked up by Emilia and then Iago, which he uses to exterminate his foe. Fate also seems to deafen Othello of Desdemona's innocence when Cassio and Iago are jesting about Bianca, and Othello thinks Cassio is talking about Desdemona. Despite these chances and accidents, tragedy in Othello is mainly moved by its peculiar characters Othello and Iago. Iago, who is rendered honest by everyone in the play, manipulates his honesty to cause damage to everyone who tries to excel him. So, fate gives way to characters to gradually move towards the guillotine. Othello is a Shakespearean tragedy. Othello is, after all, the tragedy written by Shakespeare, so it checks all required boxes of being a Shakespearean tragedy perfectly, but in a different way. Shakespearean tragedy is different from Marlowean as well as Greek tragedies. Tragic hero should belong to a noble family, but Othello comes of a black complexation. Still he possesses higher rank of general. Almost all the Shakespearean tragedies end in deaths and blood, but in Othello, the villain is punished to death for his evil passions as well. Unlike the tragedies which preceded before Shakespeare, he has magnified his tragic genius by adding mental conflicts to it. Jealousy, which is a prominent theme of the play, comes to life, and then death through the conflict of mind of which Iago, Othello, Brabantio and somewhat Rodrigo suffer. Bradley beautifully sums up the whole debate. Shakespearean tragedy is essentially a tale of suffering and calamity, conducting to the death of tragic hero. Conclusion. Othello is a magnificent tale of unparalleled plight which moves its major characters to their finale either by fate or by themselves, with a distinctive taste of Shakespearean tragedy. You have successfully made through the end of this video. Pen down your valuable suggestions for our improvement or what to cover next. Like and subscribe if you find this video useful. Dislike and unsubscribe if this channel is no more useful to you. Thanks for watching and we'll see you in the next video.